Hi there, and welcome to Let's Slow Down, a podcast for all of you who feel tired and stressed from this overwhelming world. Here we'll have fun, inspiring conversations about living life on our own terms and explore ways to ease the pace of our modern world, because life really is good when you're relaxed enough to be present for it. I'm your host, Anne-Marie Stolting, and I welcome you to this space where I hope to inspire you to slow down, because life is too short to let it go by in a blur. So take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy the show. Hey everyone, today I'm talking about lessons and wins from a year of slowing down. It's episode 99 of the Let's Slow Down podcast. I can't believe 2024 is wrapping up. How was it for you? Have you had time to reflect at all? I'm grateful for this podcast because it forces me to take time out to consider important topics like this. It's actually a lot of fun to think back through your year, so do yourself a favor and take a little quiet time to sit and think back over the last 12 months. Make it fun. As I gathered my thoughts, I found myself sitting in my local library on a quiet morning last week. Through a large window, I watched snow gently falling on the trees, creating a peaceful, picturesque winter scene. It was the perfect backdrop for reflecting on 2024. No matter how much we try to pump the brakes, life moves fast, right? And we can forget how far we've come. We don't always stop to celebrate the little wins along the way, oftentimes because we are too busy and scattered to be present. As I reflect on this year personally, I have been pleasantly surprised at how impactful slowing down and simplifying has been for me. I'd like to share a few lessons and personal wins from the past year with you in this short solo episode. Lesson number 1, I thrive in a decluttered environment. And this struck a chord with many of you too. I'll discuss more in next week's episode, but some of the most listened to podcast episodes of 2024 were about decluttering and making room to breathe in your home and life. Removing a bunch of stuff that doesn't mean anything to me has made such a huge impact in my world. I feel more grounded and less stressed out when I have more space in my life. In my home, there's less to put away, clean, take care of. Also results in less shopping, so more money and time. I find a simplified home so much easier to manage. Really, a simplified life is easier to manage, right? If someone's dropping by unexpectedly and they're on their way over, it's no longer a big deal. I can take 5 minutes to settle up, and I feel comfortable welcoming a friend at any time. I'm not stressed by messes and clutter all over the place anymore. This also translates to a clearer mind. My headspace feels calmer, and I'm better able to make decisions, especially those regarding my well-being. Having a decluttered world helps me to think more clearly, keep things in perspective, and enables me to make choices that support my health and wellness. It helps me to remember that I need margin in my life. And that brings me to lesson number 2. Less on the calendar. I operate best when my calendar is not full. If I look at my calendar and there's things on every single day, like throughout the day, every minute, it stresses me out beyond belief. I need free space in my life to feel good. How about you? How much free time do you need to be at your best? Are you a busy mom? Maybe you need to schedule in alone time without feeling guilty about it so you can have a minute to yourself. For me, this looks like not overscheduling on the weekend, having that time, keeping at least half a day or a full day if you're lucky, open to rest, reset, catch up, and just be before another week begins. As the holidays near, it looks like not scheduling multiple things every day, trying to cram in as much as possible during the span of a holiday week. I've done that before too many times. I actually can't believe how long it took me to learn this lesson. I would do too much during the holidays and we'd end up sick. I'd feel burnt out. I'd be in a bad mood and have less patience with people around me. Not good. Not good. Not holly jolly Christmas by any means. So I finally started honoring that. And I enjoy the holidays so much more. I'm not as stressed by them. I also feel rejuvenated and rested after a weekend or a holiday break, rather than exhausted and hanging on by a thread before Monday even starts. So that was a big one for me. And I'm really really trying to just intentionally keep space on my calendar as much as I can. It's not always possible, but we do the best we can. A third lesson that I've really come to appreciate and understand this year is the power of play. And yes, that's even for all you adults out there. The Oxford Dictionary defines play as a verb, meaning to engage in activity for enjoyment and recreation, rather than a serious or practical purpose. You hear that? It's important. Everything doesn't have to be serious or practical. We get to play too. It might look different than it does for our kids, but we need to carve out time to have fun, feel joy, be creative, and let loose a little bit. It feels so good to smile and laugh. And we can certainly do that during work and more professional times too. But make sure that you reconnect with a hobby or find a new one and reserve some space on your calendar for fun and play. The final lesson that I want to share is a simple but powerful reminder for all of us, myself included, that how we approach life is a choice. The way we carry ourselves, how we feel, and how we react to life's events, it's all within our control. It takes just as much energy to choose stress and anxiety as it does to choose joy and peace. So why not opt for the healthier, more uplifting path? Perspective truly is everything. This idea fascinates me, and I'm excited to dive deeper through reading and research, which I will definitely share in future episodes. Remember, you have the power to live in a way that feels good and brings you happiness. While challenges and struggles are certainly a part of life, it's our response to them and the meaning that we give them that shapes our experience. Choose wisely, my friends. Now to talk about a few wins, and I hope that you'll take time to celebrate your wins this year. We don't give ourselves enough credit, and we don't give ourselves enough little pats on the back. We always keep plowing through, but take some time and celebrate your wins. There's a few that I'm celebrating this year, and this podcast is a big one. I thank all of you for that. I've enjoyed every minute of creating this, meeting and interviewing new guests, and hearing from listeners about the ways that Let's Slow Down has helped you and added value to your life. Please reach out via email or Instagram anytime, and I will personally respond to you. I love hearing about topics you're interested in, guests that resonated with you. Maybe you have some ideas for guests, and really any feedback at all that you have. Do not be a stranger. I'd love to connect more personally with all of you. I'm also so proud that I self-published my first book this year. It was something that I'd been working on for several years, and a lot of the lessons that I mentioned earlier are in the book in more detail. So if you haven't had a chance to read it yet, please pick up a copy. I'd be honored if you read it. It's available on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the show notes for you. I also want to share that an article I wrote recently was just featured in Juno Magazine's winter edition. Juno is a print and digital bi-monthly magazine which inspires and supports parents as they journey through the challenges of parenting. So you can check that out as well. I'm so excited that I was featured there. I also made my health a priority and got through a very difficult knee surgery this year. I'm so grateful for the support that I had during that time. And one last win that I wanted to share with you is that I recently started a new job that I'm really loving. I found a job, or I actually should say that the job found me, back in the music education field, which is what I studied in college and what I did in the first part of my career. And for now, it's so fun reconnecting with my hobby and passion for music and working with children again. They have an incredible energy and make me smile all day long. So I feel very fortunate that I found a job that offers me work-life balance. It's actually a part-time job. And it also feels rewarding and challenging while allowing me to learn and grow, which I always think is so important for our minds. If you aren't happy in your job or in your line of work, don't be discouraged. Try shifting your perspective, see if that makes things better. And if it doesn't, change paths, pivot, look for something new, or maybe something new will find you. But I always encourage you to be looking and don't lose hope that you'll find something that works for you. So that's pretty much a wrap of my 2024. It had its ups and downs, but overall, it was a good one. So I ask you, what life lessons did 2024 give to you? What did you learn? What wins have you had? If you're encouraged to take time to reflect on the last 12 months, I think focusing on your lessons and your wins is a great starting point. I had a lot of fun with this, and I hope that you do too. Give yourself the time to think back over all you've been blessed to experience this year. So be well, my friends. I'll be back next week with one final episode of the year, and then the podcast will take a little break until January. If you want more as the holidays are here, I will also include the link to join 12 Days of Holiday Ease. You can sign up to receive 12 days of short email reminders that have strategies on ways to stay grounded this holiday season to keep things calm and bright. And if you still need a little gift for anyone in your life, pick up a copy of my new book, Let's Slow Down: The Art of Simple, Intentional Living. All the links will be in the show notes. Thank you for spending a little time with me today. Let's keep slowing down, clearing space, and making room for the magic of the season. I hope you've enjoyed our journey together. Please take a moment to rate and review the show. It really helps us grow and reach others looking to slow down too. Wishing you simplicity and ease in your world, and I'll see you back here next week.